your American dream?
I would like to see just more unity, less racism and discrimination.
Living American dream to me is when we are able to be who we are without fear and to be happy with who we are without fear.
For me, it's just helping my family in the Philippines while I'm still here and just having all that I need, basic needs, just right now.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Made it. Coast is clear. I think I could take this mask off for now. We have to stay socially distant in the time of COVID. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. We're getting ready. We got a big show today. Brad Show Live is back after a 2-week hiatus. So I'm just making sure everything's in tip-top shape on the desk for Brad. And everything looks in order. iPad good. Computer looking excellent. Good, good. Ready for all the calls he's going to answer. And what is this? It's the magic 8-ball. So, I've been wondering about this magic 8-ball. Let's see, does it really know all the answers? Let's find out. Okay, magic 8-ball, let's see what you got. First question. Is tonight going to be an awesome show? And the answer is... without a doubt. All right, magic 8-ball. I could have told you that. Is Brad going to answer tons and tons and tons of immigration questions? And the answer is... without a doubt. Again. Well, yeah. Again. I could have told you that. Are there going to be technical difficulties throughout the show? Oh, magic 8-ball. Man, you are brutally honest. Are there going to be technical difficulties throughout the show? Oh, man. Magic 8-ball. Can't you cut us some slack? Are there going to be technical difficulties throughout the show? My sources say no. Okay, well that's very positive of you, Magic 8-ball. I hope you're right. Am I going to get blamed for them if there are? Without a doubt. Always, always, always. I'm so used to it. The burden I bear here. I swear. Anyway, Magic 8-ball, I had just one more question. This is kind of personal, so keep it low. Am I ever going to meet Pimpa in person? Outlook not so good. I think it's time for me to start trying to get out there and meet some other groundhogs. Anyway, now is the time you all have been waiting for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad Bernstein with co-hosts Yonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias, and Vanessa, Ness-quick, Contreras. Enjoy, everybody!
We are back! We are back! How is everybody? I have no idea who that blonde was, but this bald guy right in front of you is Brad Bernstein. It's been 2.5 weeks. We have suffered. I have suffered. I don't know if anybody else. I've suffered so much, I'm screaming my head off right now. Yo-Yo, I've suffered without the squad. I've suffered without Vanessa. I've suffered without Yo-Yo. I'm suffering so much, my pocket square's falling out. I don't even know what to do with it anymore. Oh, how are you guys? I think I'm getting a little too excited for our first show back. Maybe
better than ever.
Julie's in my ear right now. It's like, take it down. You got 2 hours. No, she didn't say that. You got 2 hours, but I know she's thinking it. You got 2 hours. Don't use all your energy right at the top of the show. We have Hump Day, right? How you guys doing?
Good. I'm good.
You look very well rested, both of you.
I am.
Both of you
we got new mic.
No, you.
Right. We got new mics.
Real
No sound.
And by the way, I just want you to know something. Okay, we have spent a fortune on your mics. These are the cheapest mics we got, and they work the best, right?
Exactly. And that's how it
Did you
usually
even know
happens.
that? Did you even know that? Like I
No.
just because we spent, that big mic you have, that you're obviously need that big mic in front of you.
I thought we needed that for Hump Day, but
I did. I was about to make a Hump Day joke, and then I said, probably inappropriate. So I just said, your mother's watching. So, but that mic was like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And it was just like, you were so loud, and now everyone's got like the $29 mic, and it's like perfect.
perfect.
Right.
Perfect, right?
Yeah.
And
Now
we
we're
had
all-
2
we're-
weeks worth of energy.
2 weeks.
So we're going to bring it today.
So what's going on, Vanessa? I've seen your live broadcasts. I pop in, I pop out. You're doing those live broadcasts every day. How was your 2 weeks off?
I'm trying. I mean, if I wasn't live on here, I had to spread my energy somewhere
Right.
else, Brad. So
No,
you know me,
by
I'm
all
all
means.
about my women empowerment.
By all means. I was just checking in to see how everything's going there. And Yo-Yo, what's happening with you?
Everything is good. Just out here. We living life.
Has life changed for you because of COVID now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
What's the most, besides obviously going out to the clubs? Because I know you're a big club guy, right? What has changed the most for you?
Well, actually, as the months are, go, we're getting closer
rocking and
into
rolling.
fall. A lot of people are kind of just like over staying inside and whatnot, and we keep on seeing this little blonde chick, but she's cute.
Who's I don't know who she is.
I don't.
Are we trying to make a setup with Uncle
I'm
Brad?
trying to be the only blonde on the show. I'm the only blonde on the show.
Take your spot.
I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, the only thing that's really changed for me is going into work.
Really?
Because now the restaurants are open outside. Oh, Brad done turned into her. No. She's trying to take your spot, Brad.
I'm trying. If she starts answering immigration questions, I'm out of a job. So.
Oh! I know. The biggest thing that changed traveling. Last year I traveled to probably like 6 or 7 different countries.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got to go anywhere, so that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
that's definitely
I agree with you because I'm a big traveler too, and traveling is very difficult. What do you think, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Well, just when I was in a place financially to travel, like you two rock stars.
You can't do it.
Now I can't.
Life is cruel. Why don't you tell everybody, because we haven't been around for a while, because I'm sure everybody forgot how to share. Okay, people's thumbs don't even work anymore. They haven't worked out their thumbs in weeks. All right, they don't remember what to do. Tell everybody what they need to do. And by the way, I haven't stretched in 2.5 weeks, so I am very, very. When I was on vacation, you don't stretch. You don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You just lie down and do nothing. All right, so I got to do some extra stretching. All right, so while I stretch, you tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready for some schmoozing.
Okay, everybody, please. Now, this is on all social media platforms. If you guys have not joined the Facebook fan page,
Yo, I forgot something.
What's up?
I was waiting for you to say hey to the squad.
I never said hello to the squad.
You didn't. You just jumped.
I
was just going with the flow.
No. Vanessa, you're the boss lady. You're the one who's
Right.
You're the boy.
I'm
You're the one who's supposed to open your mouth.
Squad for 2 weeks, and we just want to jump into this shit.
I've got too much energy right now. I can't even think. Let's say
watching you, Brad.
Thank you. Let's say hello to Jessica Levy. How are you? Lisa Bling Rose. I miss you so much. Joan Grant. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the squad. Elias loves our show. Kareen McCarthy, how are you? Mitzi McFarlane and Vanessa Lena M. Contreras. Going full name there. Squad up. Carol Anderson, the Tiger. J.N. Pereira, how are you? Denise Cromaz saying, squad up, so happy you guys are back. We are happy too. We had problems with our TriCaster. And when we came back, finally, after 3 days with the TriCaster, we all decided to pray to the gods of the TriCaster, and we finally got it all set up. Jeff Bosey saying, glad Brad is still in good health and doing good. I am. How are you? Nina God Pickney. Let's say hello to the squad on YouTube. Tia Prasad. Elsia Enats, how are you? Cicely, Angela Rawlings, Sandy, Jessica Kalimi, double fisting, Elizabeth Walker, Annie saying squad up, and Vinette Gordon, Errol Townsend. Now, Yo-Yo, is your job.
Brad.
Now is your job.
Brad.
Yes.
Okay, Brad, but when you say Elsie Elias, you got to understand that is Mama Yo-Yo.
Mama Yo-Yo?
Yes, Elsie Elias. That is my mother.
That's why. I didn't realize Elsie Elias was Mama Yo-Yo.
That's Mama Yo-Yo. That is my mother.
Where is she? Is she on YouTube or Facebook?
Facebook.
She's on Facebook. And I said hello to Elsie Elias. Did I say hello to her? And
you did.
And she says, by the way, Elsie Elias says, yes, I'm watching Brad. Okay.
Yeah,
she says, yes, I'll watch.
She made sure she went back up in the comments.
But I want you to know something. As much as she loves me, she's really watching for her Sonny Boy. I know. It's not watching for me. She's watching for Sonny Boy.
You never know.
She's watching for Sonny Boy. I know that.
She may have a crush on you.
Baby boy doesn't have the answers to immigration questions.
That's true. That's true. But she's still watching for Baby Boy, her Sonny Boy. She, to everybody else, you're Baby Boy, but to your mom, you're Sonny Boy, right?
Oh, you're Sonny Boy.
Yeah, you're Sonny Boy. All right, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready for some schmoozing?
Absolutely. All right, everybody, you see how excited we are. We wanted to get right.
We jumped right out of it, yeah.
Yes. But please, everybody on all social media, we need you guys all to join the Facebook fan page. It's very easy. All you have to do is type in Brad Show Live, and the fan page will come up. As long as it says join, click that join, and we will accept your invitation, and you'll get a lot of incentives. We put videos up there, and also play games with the fans and all that, because it's a whole squad. This is like the VIP squad. So we're going to play games with you guys. We're going to put videos up there that we won't put on the regular Facebook page or on YouTube. And the most important thing, anytime throughout the day, you don't even have to be on live. When we actually have the show 5:30 to 7:30, you can put it in any time of the day, your questions. And the first 5 questions that we get, we will ask before any ones of the social media questions. Okay, so make sure you guys join that fan page now. Now, for Facebook, everybody, you know how to share. But if you don't, because we haven't been on for 2 weeks, all you have to do is click that little arrow that's pointing to the right. I don't know what device you're using, but it's usually on the bottom right or on the right-hand side of the video. It says share. Share it to anybody's page. You could share it to a community, any groups. Find out different groups. My mom was telling me about all these Ethiopian Eritrean groups that she was posting in there, and that helps because they are immigrants. They need help. So try and share it to different cultural groups, okay? And also share it in an inbox. You could actually tag your friends, tell them about the show, all right? Make sure you also put in all your questions in the comment section right now, because we don't get to all of the questions we get to. All right, because this is 2 weeks in the making of questions that are building up. So throw in your questions right now. Also, interaction is the best. We love when you interact with us. Love, like, smiley face, sad face, wow face, whatever emotion you guys are feeling. Make sure you show that love on the video. Ness-quick, what are we going to do on YouTube?
Guys, already, if you aren't, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and that you turn on that notification bell so that you are well aware of when Brad Show Live is on. We're usually on Monday through Friday, unless we take a little break, but we're back now. So just like we're sharing on Facebook, we also need you guys to share on YouTube. There is that share button right there where you can copy the link, text this to some friends, throw it into some group chats. You already know all the value and knowledge that Brad has to provide. So why keep that to yourself? The same question that you might have, someone else out there has, and you are the source to connect them to this great source. So I want to see some comments in here too. We love to interact with you guys. Like Yo-Yo said, I'm looking at YouTube and there's over 90 people watching, and I only have 34 thumbs up. I need you guys to give us a little bit of more love, guys. We need to see those comments and those thumbs up, because that's when YouTube says there's something phenomenal happening here, and we are just tossed into the algorithm. So we need that support from you guys, or I won't let Brad get to those immigration questions. And you guys should already know we're on Instagram at Brad Show Live, where you'll catch snippets of our shows, and every now and again there's a sweet contest on there. So make sure you're following us on all platforms. Let's share the show, and in the meantime, let's get into some schmoozing with Brad.
All right, so you know what today is, guys?
It's Hump Day.
Besides being Hump Day, you know what today is?
There's a lot going on.
Besides being our day back. Besides
the
it
Democrats
being,
are on the move.
Besides being World Co-Host Day, where we honor the best co-hosts in the entire universe, it is World Co-Host Day. It is also Happy World Humanitarian Day. And on this day, we honor the real-life heroes who have committed their lives to helping others in the most extreme circumstances throughout the world. And this year in particular, it is giving special tribute to aid and health workers in over 60 countries who continue to provide life-saving support during a pandemic. It was designated in memory of the August 19th, 2003 bomb attack in Baghdad, Iraq. It killed 22 people, this attack, including the chief humanitarian in Iraq, Sergio Vieira de Mello. In 2009, the United Nations General Assembly formalized the day as World Humanitarian Day. And in honor of this day, we put together a very short video showcasing some of the incredible real-life heroes that have appeared on Brad Show Live. Let's watch. Sharon is a member of the Louisville, Kentucky chapter of Abuelas Responded. Why did you think it was important to go to Matamoros, Mexico, to the tent camp there, volunteering to help asylum seekers?
I think people really need first-person account. When I come back with the stories, it changes people. There were lots of different organizations there, just common everyday people. We carried the food over. The food is cooked on the Brownsville side, and then the grannies lugged wagons over across the Matamoros Bridge. Men met us from the camp and lifted our heavy wagons up the steps, and little children helped push the wagons.
Anna Adlerstein and Emily Saunders are both human rights advocates who assist migrants who have reached the U.S.-Mexican border.
It was early March. It was 4 of us that were legal observers who watched this excessive use of force go down. So this family, like any other family, had a choice to make about whether they wanted to enter the United States and how. But they had decided autonomously that they needed to enter. They also were fearing for their lives and felt that they needed to do it that day. This particular family was equipped with the paperwork needed to be able to show to authorities their relationships to each other as family members, etc., and they were ready to present. And so what we did was stand about 10 to 20 feet behind them as they walked slowly into the port of entry. After about 5 minutes of watching this brutal use of force, we were told we needed to either step back into Mexico or enter through the United States.
Our solution is to search our conscience and act in the moment according to our deepest values, according to our deepest beliefs about what a healthy society looks like. It's compassion and kindness.
Rodney Smith Jr., what is Raising Men Lawn Care Service?
Raising Men Lawn Care Service is a nonprofit organization, and what we do is we mow free lawns free for the elderly, disabled, single moms, and veterans. And we also include kids ages 7 to 17 and show them the importance of giving back to their community with a lawnmower. There's many ways to make a difference. I have simply picked a lawnmower to make a difference with, and I hope to encourage kids to do the same. Right now we have about 244 kids nationwide, including 1 in Canada and 7 in Bermuda and England, that are also taking part in this challenge. And we also have 3 kids in Australia that are doing this. So the goal is to expand worldwide and encourage kids to get out there and make a difference.
Amanda King is the creative director of Shooting Without Bullets, an art-based program that works with young Black and brown artists as a tool to help them combat social injustices that they face. Alongside Amanda is her best friend Kelsey Carter, who is the Impact Director and COO of Shooting Without Bullets.
We've worked continuously or for a long period of time with about 50 youth. So through programmings, through our public programmings, our mini courses, through the seminars I taught early on at an art center, and through our exhibitions and special projects, we've touched about the lives of 50 young people. Our goal is to work directly with them, to teach them individually, to empower them using their own unique skills and talents, and really nurturing that. And from that, they've done dozens of exhibitions, shows, performances. The work that they create always surprises me in a good way, because they're thinking, they're engaged, but there's also an artistry and a mastery of technique that I think is really beautiful that's coming out of their work.
Emma's Torch is a nonprofit social enterprise that does culinary training and job placement services to refugees and survivors of human trafficking. And we run a little cafe out here in Brooklyn where our students train and gain the necessary skills to access the job market. We take 2 students at a time for 8 weeks. We help ensure that they have job placement success by the end of the time they're with us. We work very closely with refugee resettlement agencies and homeless shelters who refer in clients who then apply for our program. So not only is our program free, we actually pay our students while they are learning. So they really do treat it like a job.
I come from West Africa, Burkina Faso. This program gives me a lot of experience, and I learned the best here in this program. My American dream is to open my own restaurant, live here, and bring something good in this country.
So happy World Humanitarian Day. And by the way, that was just a small snippet of the wonderful humanitarians that we've had on our show for the last 2.5 years. I want to give, before we get into all the news that's going around, because there's a lot going on. We have the Democratic National Convention, Republican National Convention next week, coronavirus. There is some important immigration updates I want to get into. On July 29th, right before I left for vacation, I had announced that there was an injunction by the Southern District of New York judge that made a federal injunction on Donald Trump changing the poverty guideline laws. We were going back to the Clinton laws. Well, Trump appealed that injunction into the Second Circuit. The Second Circuit said that the judge went over his authority by making a full injunction across the United States of America. So that injunction, and I'll explain what an injunction is in a second, that injunction only applies right now to New York, Connecticut, and Vermont. So if you live in New York, Connecticut, Vermont, you're under old immigration laws, which is just submit your affidavit of support and submit 3 years tax returns, be 125% above the poverty level, and that's all you have to submit in order to get your green card. If you live in any of the other 47 states, you're under Trump rules at the moment. The Trump rules being that not only do you have to do the affidavit of support, you also have to do the I-944 form and show that you're going to be able to, as an individual, support yourself here without taking any government assistance, which would include probably showing health care, a paying job, skills, education, et cetera, et cetera. And for those 47 states, you're back to the, if your petitioner took government assistance, that's a double strike against you, double negative, then you gotta do 2 positives. If you remember that whole spiel I did previously. But in New York, Connecticut, Vermont, right now, New York, Connecticut, Vermont, the 3 best states to file an adjustment application, but you gotta live here to do it, or move here and then file. Those are the 3 best. Those are the easiest 3 states. It's possible and probably likely that other federal courts will follow with injunctions as well over the next couple of weeks. It is also very likely that, and I pray, just as I prayed to the TriCaster gods to get our machine working, I also pray that Joe Biden will win and we don't have to worry about Pumpkin in the White House anymore. So let's see what happens. So that is a very important update on the affidavit to support. The other big thing going on with immigration right now is that unless there is a stimulus bill passed, immigration is going to run out of money, they claim, by August 31st. Can you imagine a government agency running out of money in the United States of America? That we're supposed to be the most powerful, richest nation in the world, and we can't finance our own government agency? Well, yes, the USCIS is going to run out of money August 31st unless they get a stimulus bailout. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that Congress is going to meet until sometime after Labor Day. They were unable to make a stimulus deal, the Democrats and Republicans. Labor Day is September 7th. So on August 31st, unless something drastic happens, what's going to happen with USCIS is 2/3 of the employees will not show up to work on September 1st because they're not going to get paid. They're all getting furloughed. What is going to happen to everybody's applications? How are applications going to be processed? How are work permits going to be renewed? I have no idea.
Wow.
I have no idea. What's going to happen? I don't know. Nobody knows. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All I can say is, wow. Wow. Meanwhile, according to the State Department, refugee admissions to the United States have resumed after being put on pause for 5 months due to the coronavirus. That's some good news. In March, the United States put a temporary pause on refugee admissions after the International Organization for Migration, the United Nations Refugee Agency, announced a temporary suspension. In a statement to CNN, a State Department spokesperson said Secretary Mike Pompeo approved the resumption of admissions effective July 30th with significant COVID health measures in place. You know, I want to go back to this clock too, but I want to go back to Yo-Yo and Vanessa, this furloughing of the immigration workers. And in essence, to me, it's the same thing. I don't know if you've been following in the news what's going on with the Postal Service.
With the post office. Yep.
Okay.
You're speaking of this, and I'm seeing the same thing.
So what's going on is this. Okay. Donald Trump is the head of the Postal Service. He's the head of Department of Homeland Security, which basically runs United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. And he came to office and he says he doesn't want immigration anymore. So how does he do it? He can't change the law. He just decides not to enforce laws. For example, he's not going to figure out how to manipulate money around in order to keep USCIS afloat. Because there's lots of ways that Trump can take money from other areas within the Department of Homeland Security to pay these immigration officers to keep working. He has decided not to. And maybe if we go back in history in 20 years from now, we can jump in our DeLorean in 20 years and look back in history. My bet is that he manipulated it so that USCIS doesn't have the funds to begin with. Because I know that money is there somewhere. This is the U.S. government. So he's doing it on purpose because he said no more immigration. So he can't change the law. So he says, you know what? We won't have anybody to approve any cases. There's no more immigration. That's the end of it.
So that's exactly how he'll get it done.
Right. So I don't know what's going to happen come September 1st. All I can tell you is eventually Congress will fund USCIS. And it'll be part of a stimulus bill. But for several weeks, who knows what's going to be? Now, it's the same thing with the Postal Service. Trump is worse than a dictator in this sense. Because a dictator will make excuses why he's doing things. Trump has come out and said, I'm not going to fund immigration because I don't like immigrants. I'm not going to fund the post office because people who are going to vote from home are likely to vote Democrat. So if somebody's vote in the post office doesn't make it to the place where they count the vote, that vote doesn't count. And he said it. He point blank said it. So he does the same thing over and over and over.
My thing is, how is that legal?
You know, let me tell you.
Wouldn't that be like reduction of like the voting or something?
Well, we have a separation of powers in this country. And I believe what is happening is if somebody takes power and nobody says anything about it, well, then it's legal. This is basically what he's doing. Congress is not stopping him. Nobody is stopping him from doing it. So you say, how is this legal? Well, it's legal until somebody stops him. So just for example, when we were saying, how does he make this Form 944 and add all these additional requirements for the affidavit of support? That can't be legal. Well, he did it until somebody stopped him. A federal judge put an injunction on it. How did he do 3 different Muslim bans and get them all stopped? For the 4th one, he was finally able to pass through because somebody sued him. A federal judge says it's not legal. There's people who have student visas and J-1 visas. They have what's called duration of status on their passports on I-94. So their unauthorized stay in America never gets counted towards the 3 and 10-year bar. It's a very arcane law. So a lot of times people would come on student visas, overstay, get sponsored in a job, go home, come back. They wouldn't need provisional waivers or anything. Trump changed the law. Everyone said, how do you do that? Well, there's an injunction on that too. So until somebody takes him to court and the judge says, Trump, you can't do that, he does it. And nobody's stopping him. Yep. And how many lawsuits, it's every day. You're like, there's another lawsuit against Trump. There's another lawsuit against Trump. So with the post office, 20 state attorneys sued Trump and said, you can't take money away from the post office 2 months before a national vote. You can't retire machines. He was literally retiring sorting machines. So there would be no machine to put somebody's mail through. You can't do that 2 months before an election. So federal judge stopped him. But until somebody stops him, someone takes the power. It's like this, you know what it is? It's like the lunchroom bully. You say, like when you're in school, there was always that lunchroom bully. You say, how the hell does this bully get away with this stuff? Well, until the lunch lady or the principal for the school comes over and stops him, he gets away with it. We need like a lunch lady to stop Trump. He's a bully.
Get the trunchful.
Right? Yeah. Well, hopefully the Democrats are having... So when you ask how does it happen, it happens because he just does it. Until someone says, no, you can't do it.
Well, he just doesn't care.
Right. But where in the past, people respected the separation of powers. That's the role of Congress. This is the role of the president. This is the role of a judge. This is the role of a government employee who is a bureaucrat who works for both Republicans and Democrats and does their job. Trump has made every bureaucrat who has worked in the United States for 25 years and now a political position. Before, there were people who would work Democrats and Republicans. They were government workers. Trump, you know what Trump calls these government workers who work for Democrats and Republicans? Deep state. Makes people really scared. Deep state. Deep state people. So he put Trump people in everywhere.
Right.
So all we can hope for, and there's a good 45% of America that's going to vote for Trump. We're never going to, I think so. Around there.
I unfortunately had some conversations over the time we've been off, and I'm getting nervous that it might be even like a little more. Well, I had someone speak to me and say he's getting reelected. I was like,
yeah, he may. There's about 45% that are voting for Trump. Now I could be off a couple of percentages, but this is my take. There's about 45% that are voting for Trump, about 45% that are going to vote for Biden. And Biden people live in one world. Trump people live in a completely different world. You watch Fox News and you watch MSNBC or CNN, it's like we're in 2 different countries. Literally 2 different countries. And there's 10% of the people who haven't decided where they're going to vote, approximately. This entire election, is geared to these 10% of the people. It is these 10% of the people who will decide. And when people say, well, you know what, it may be too difficult for me to go vote, and Trump is going to stop people from voting by mail simply because the mail will never be delivered.
Because he canceled the mail.
You know, and
So
the people,
that, like,
it helps them because the people who are more likely to vote by mail are Democrats.
Biden.
Why? Why do you think?
Me.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think that the people who are more likely to vote by mail are Democrats? Why do you think that is? Are they older? No. Are they older? No. Are they are they more frail? Are they more scared? Yes.
Is it because of class?
It's scared, not because of class, because they are scared to go wait online and get sick with COVID. Why are they scared? Why? Let me explain to you why. Because a Democrat wears a mask, is concerned about giving COVID to other people. You watch Fox News. Fox News says masks don't matter. Trump doesn't wear a mask. People who wear masks are basically being fooled by fake news.
Conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy to wear a mask to protect your fellow American. So a Democrat says, I'm going to wear a mask because that's what they've been told to do. And a Republican is not going to wear a mask because that's what they've been told to do. So a Republican says, you know, I'll go wait online. Democrat says, I'm terrified to wait online. I don't want to get sick. Just the way it is. So Trump knows the people who are waiting online are more likely to vote Republican. Now, we have the Democratic primary. Have you watched any of it?
No.
I didn't, but I will say that they're doing a great job campaigning it because you want to know why, and we've had this conversation before. They had Eva Longoria as one of the faces, and it was forwarded. I saw it on my friend's story, and I literally wrote to her. I was like, now I'll definitely watch. Aside from like, I watch these things to be, you know, in tune with us and like what we communicate here. But when I saw Eva Longoria, I was like, I can't miss it.
Right. Yeah, I've watched both nights so far. So Monday night wasn't as good. Last night was amazing, I thought. Now tonight it's Senator Harris of California. She's going to be the vice presidential running mate, and she's a first-generation American. Her father Donald is Jamaican, and her late mother, I hope I pronounce her name right, Shyamala Harris. She was Indian. So her parents, her mother was born in India. Her father was born in Jamaica. She was born in San Francisco. And let me ask you this, presidential trivia question for both of you. Can you name, all right, now Kamala Harris, all right, Kamala Harris is the fourth woman to be on a presidential ticket. Can you name the other three women who precede her, who were either nominated for president or vice president? Now, a woman has never served, has lost all of the prior three elections. But can you name the other three women?
Look at Vanessa cheating.
Are you Googling it? Are you Google? Don't Google it.
I'm not. You're such a rat.
Yo-Yo's just sitting back. He's like, I have no idea what the answer is.
I mean, I know. Well, wouldn't Hillary Clinton?
Hillary Clinton is one, right?
There's a black one. The first one, I think she's black.
No, nobody black.
Oh, what?
No.
Kamala, she wasn't on the ticket. She just ran.
Yeah, she may have run, but Kamala Harris is the first black woman to be nominated for either vice president or president. So she has broken a barrier.
Victoria Woodhull in 1872.
No, wrong. Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Yeah, remember Sarah Palin? The other one you're probably not going to remember because I don't even know if you guys were born back then. In 1984, Geraldine Ferraro was the first woman to run for vice president. It was Mondale. Yeah, it was Mondale Ferraro against Reagan Bush. And Reagan, at that point, the economy.
Can you remember that time, Brad?
I do. I was in high school. I'm old.
Was it like a what is happening here? Like, why is this woman doing this in the 80s?
No. They did it because, the issue in 1984 was that, through the 70s, there was an enormous inflation. So the United States in the late 70s under Carter and in the early part of Reagan had a terrible economy. It was like 4, 5, 6 years of a recession. Gas prices were going through the roof. There was a big inflation. And then Reagan cut taxes. And because he cut taxes, he put more money in people's pocket. The economy turned around. Everybody had jobs. And there was no way in the world Mondale was going to win because everybody was working. I was telling Jill this. We can talk about Black Lives Matter, and they matter. And we can talk about COVID, and people are dying. Every day, 1,000 people dying. And quite frankly, I just watched a Tom Hanks movie on Apple. He's like this World War II, boat commander. And the whole movie, yeah, that's him. And the whole movie is like 24 hours of an ongoing battle across the Atlantic during World War II. And I didn't understand what the hell's going on in the movie. He keeps going, starboard right, starboard left, missiles are flying. I really didn't get the whole movie, but suffice to say, Tom Hanks won the war for the entire United States of America. But at the end of the movie, what the most interesting thing I saw was they give like a little historical fact at the end. Between 1939 and 1945, 6 years of World War II, the Germans sunk British, American boats that were bringing soldiers across to fight World War II and killed 70,000 soldiers. They still think about it to this day. World War II, over 6 years, 70,000 people died in the Atlantic Ocean. And it was the biggest world war ever. And they're still 100 years later making movies about this. And you know what I thought? We have not 70,000 British and Americans dead. We have 170,000 Americans dead in 6 months.
6 months.
Twice the amount of people who died in the Atlantic Ocean by German U-boats during World War II.
6 years.
In 6 years.
Throughout 6 years.
Correct.
Wow.
And I'll say this. It's not even that's going to win Biden the election. Because remember what you just said, Vanessa. You think more than 45% of the people are going to vote for Trump. I think it's 45% Trump, 45% Biden. And you know what, people, what do people vote for more than anything? Do they vote for Black Lives Matter? It's important to them. But is that the number one thing? Do they vote for COVID? Who's going to come up with the solution for COVID? Unless their family member died and they were really touched by it. It's not their
directly
affected them. It's not their number one thing. Is it the environment? Yeah, nobody wants the polar ice caps to melt. I'm all in favor of that. We want polar ice caps. But is that what the person's going to vote for? What is the thing that everybody thinks about every time they wake up in the morning to every time they go to sleep?
Money.
Okay, Bill Clinton.
Like yo-yo shirt.
Okay, Bill Clinton.
Oh, I like his shirt today.
Bill Clinton. All right, bless this man's heart because he was smart and stupid. Okay, smart in the sense
that we knew.
Smart in the sense that when he ran for office, he had a big sign in his campaign, in every campaign office. So you know what that sign said? "It's the economy, stupid." He had a sign, "It's the economy, stupid." Now, he's also stupid himself because he's riding on the Lolita Express and getting massages from Epstein's masseuses and, you know, has Monica Lewinsky under the Oval Office table doing God knows what to him.
That's the old Bill.
Okay, that's new Bill, old Bill, you know. But as a politician, you know, he got it. It's money.
Yeah.
Money in people's pocket. Everything else is important. But when somebody goes to make a vote, they say to themselves, who is going to put money in my pocket? Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be Biden? And that is why, no matter what the hell's going on, 170,000 people dead in 6 months, the world hates America, you know, environment, racial injustice, Black Lives Matter, all extraordinarily important. The bottom line is people walk into that, they don't care. How much money do I have in my pocket? So when I watch the Democratic National Convention, that's all I want to hear. Because Biden, to win, Biden needs to convince these 10% people who haven't decided who they're voting for yet, he's going to put money in their pocket.
Right.
That's the key to the election.
Yeah.
And everybody's life changes.
Especially this one.
And everybody's life changes. Can you imagine how different the world will be if Biden's the president instead of Trump?
All right, like right away.
Right. Now the liberal progressives, and we got to get to Hump Day, but the liberal progressives, they're saying, you know, we got to talk about Black Lives Matter and everything else. And listen, I agree.
Ah, my fave.
But it's not going to win the election.
Yeah.
What wins the election is how much money do I have in my pocket?
Yep.
Let's get to Hump Day. Let's have some fun, right?
Yeah, let's have some
This
fun.
is not social media check-in unless Yo-Yo has some Hump Day questions.
Let's try that
Unless Yo-Yo has some Hump Day questions. All right, so
It's Hump Day.
by the way, I was looking for a new apartment, Yo-Yo. Maybe you would have liked this apartment. You know, you just moved. I was going to send you this, but then I realized you just signed a lease. But a listing for an Upper West Side apartment has earned the attention of onlookers, but not because the rent went from $2,800 a month to $2,500 a month. The unusual marketing language for this one bedroom at 201 West 82nd Street, a very nice neighborhood, was more about what can be done within the walls of this apartment. The listing on Street Easy, which is where people go to look to rent an apartment, says, is that how you found yours? Well, this was the listing I saw on Street Easy, because my lease is coming up, so I was looking for a new apartment. It says, hide and seek a sexy king-size one-bedroom where you'll find 4 very large closets in which you can hide from your very naughty playmate. However, be mindful not to let your guests stay past dawn, though, or else they'll be sure to be beamed by glaring sunlight. Not good for the walk of shame.
Oh!
That is what it said. What? Yep, it said not good. There's a lot of light. Not good for the walk of shame.
Well, that's not for a bachelor tenant.
I don't know. I said, I was going to say, oh, wait a second. I got kids. I can't take that apartment. But I saw the listing and I sent it to Jilly and I'm like, whoa. I was like, that's exciting for me, except I got kids. I can't take that apartment. I was going to send it to Yo-Yo, but he just signed the lease.
I signed my lease.
Yeah, and I was going to send it to you, Vanessa, and then I remembered, oh, wait, there's sexual harassment. I'm your boss. I can't send that to you.
Yeah.
So then I had nobody to send it to. So I said, all right, it's a Hump Day story now.
Yeah. There's no walk the shame
that's
for me
smart,
anymore.
though.
Is that funny? Now, Yo-Yo, is that true that if you have a light-filled apartment, it makes the walk of shame more shameful?
Yeah, well, if you have roommates.
If you have roommates,
Well,
yeah.
does that
Just a
change
one-bedroom.
things during quarantine? Because we're all locked up home anyway.
I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if that. Do you think that would that would rent the apartment faster?
I have no guys, all alone.
Yo, you are not all alone. By the way, I'm going to skip around a little bit talking about all alone. Okay. In Rio de Janeiro, they had a Skype, a Zoom meeting, like we're on Skype now, okay? But they had a Zoom meeting, and it was the City Council of Rio de Janeiro, and there's like 8 or 9 people at the Zoom meeting, and unfortunately, one of the City Council members decided that they were going to leave the meeting. They were done. And they forgot to shut off their Zoom. And all of a sudden, they went to their bed, which was in the background, and started having sex with their partner during the Rio de Janeiro City Council Zoom meeting. So, Yo-Yo, this would be like, hypothetically, we're doing Brad Show Live.
How has quarantine changed for you, Yo-Yo?
Yes, Yo-Yo, this would be like, I mean, this is serious stuff here, okay? So you got to really think about this. This would be like, all right, we just finished our schmooze. Brad's going to answer the immigration questions. I'm off air. There's some woman in the background. Yo-Yo's like, oh, I'll go for a quickie. But Julian, the TriCaster guy, forgets to shut you off. And then there you are. And then you're giving a show for everybody.
Yeah. Baby boy.
Baby boy.
Baby. Mama's watching.
No.
Is that the funniest story ever?
That is so embarrassing.
That's norm. Like, those are the things you have to look out for in this new norm, because everything's happening on Skype or Zoom. Like, make sure you're muted and then your camera's off.
That's the thing. We're not used to it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
This is like a whole new world. We're not used to, like, even you told me once, you're like, yo, you text me, you're like, mute your mic. I was like, ooh, my bad.
It's true.
So it's like,
yeah,
you know, it's stuff that you're not used to.
Yeah. So meanwhile, let's see what else is here. When you've got some children, finding a spare moment to get intimate with your partner can be very tricky, Yo-Yo and Vanessa. I know that for a fact, because I have children. Now, one couple who have I only have 2 children. This couple has 7 children between them. Recently thought they'd managed to squeeze a little time for passion into their hectic lives, but their toddler wasn't having anything of it. Australian blogger Constance Hall took to social media to recount the hilarious tale, sharing a rather raunchy photo of herself and her husband Denz topless in a lake alongside it. In the post, she branded their son Raja a passion killer, writing, "Years of sleep training has gone out the window as Raja, our little passion killer, is officially back in our bed. She was really enjoying herself in her happy place when the man she loves, when she hears 5 mortifying words. Stop it, Dad! Mama hurt!" Now their 2-year-old son has woken up and run into their room to separate the wrestling match that his mummy was being defeated in. Now, Constance, who is known to her followers as a queen, went on to admit that she wasn't too bothered by the interruption, though as she was already done, thank God. Now, the same could not be said for her husband. Raja happily snuggled in between the two of us, confirming his title once again as our passion killer. I don't know if he's the passion killer or he just likes being an only child. What do you think?
Maybe a little bit of both.
We're good here, team. If I could just have you go your separate ways.
Do you have friends with kids?
Yeah.
Do they have these problems?
Yes.
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 They tell you
more
about
so
it.
jealous.
What?
It's more jealous. It's more so jealousy. Like they just don't want you.
They don't want you touching mama.
No, at all.
Yeah.
No.
Well, good thing we're still not there yet, Yo-Yo. So no passion killers. Nope.
You know,
not on here. Only you, Brad.
You know what I did when I was married?
And your kids are grown.
When I was married, I forbid kids to sleep in the bed with us, because once you allow a child in the bed, you never get them out.
Out.
Yeah,
You never get a child out. My parenting was, you can watch TV in bed with us, but when it's time to go to bed, you're going into bed.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, my mom.
And then if there was mass hysteria, I would sleep in their room until they fell asleep and then come back to my room.
I think I slept in my parents' bed probably until I was like 4 or something like that.
You remember?
Like,
You remember sleeping in it? Yeah.
yeah, my mom said it was to the point where
Yeah,
I was
you
like
were a
getting
young buzzkill.
huh?
You were a young buzzkill.
I
You
was.
didn't even know
I
it.
was. She said that I would get like super heavy on her chest. It was to the point where she couldn't breathe, and then like my feet would be all over it because I'd just be like, oh yeah.
Yep, that's the passion
So that
killer
wasn't
that
me.
they're
I
talking
love.
about.
I don't recall where I slept. I think I slept in a bed. I don't recall being in my parents' bed. But, listen, I'm 51 years old. I don't remember what I did yesterday.
I was Brad, are you
Yeah.
take it there? It's a harsh thought. Think about it.
All right, guys, we had to do a short hump day because we had a very long schmooze. I got to get to immigration questions. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do? I'm going to stretch one last time, and we're going to be answering immigration questions in about 1 minute from now.
All right, everybody, now on Facebook, you already know what time it is. It's time to your watch parties. Woo! Am I good? Can y'all hear
good.
me?
We
all
hear
right,
you.
watch
Yeah, you're
parties.
good.
Oh, okay, perfect. So all you have to do is do what this finger is doing. Click that little arrow that says start, and then it will be watch party. What it does, it takes the video from our page to your page. You are the host with the most. You guys will please let everybody know in the comments because they'll be talking to you in your comments, but that's only for your watch party. So let them know to come to the main page as well and put in any questions that they have. All right, so one more time, all you have to do is click that little arrow, says start, it'll say host a watch party, then you click on start, and that's all you have to do. It's simple, very simple. Share, watch party, and start. All right, now Ness-quick, what are we gonna do on YouTube?
On YouTube, it's the same deal, guys. You should already be subscribed to the channel and turned on your notification bell, and let everyone know through the share tool that Brad is about to answer all your immigration questions in real time. You already know all the value and knowledge that Brad has brought to so many of you guys in the squad. So why not share that with your family and friends? Copy this link, send it in a few text messages. You can go ahead and share this in so many other platforms. Direct message this to folks and let them know that now's the time, because Brad is going to be answering the questions was going to be giving the answers to your immigration questions, and you can also catch us on Instagram.
All right, Yo-Yo and Ness-quick, now's the time to shut off your Skype. You guys do not want to be the lead story of next week's Hump Day. Let's go to Andrea in Philadelphia. Andrea, how are you?
Hello, Brad.
Hi, Andrea. How you
I'm
doing?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for waiting.
I'm good, thanks. You're welcome. First, I want to say you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I have two immigration questions. The first question is, I was married before, and my green card is in my previous marriage name, and I got remarried.
Okay.
Is it possible I can use my green card in the first marriage and put my new marriage name now in my passport that I have?
Absolutely.
Could I travel with two different?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
So put your married name in your passport. But when you travel, you need to travel with obviously your green card in your former name, and also travel with your divorce decree and your marriage certificate. If anybody questions, well, why does this green card have a different name than this passport? So if you travel with the two documents, which you would have to do to prove that whatever, I don't know, maybe you're Bernstein and you married Spar. So I used to be Spar, now I'm Bernstein. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But you got to show I divorced Spar and I married Bernstein, or whatever your name is.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Other than that, you would have to change the green card. But you can travel with those documents and you'd be fine.
Okay, and thanks. And another question is, okay, I'm filing for my husband and on a green card, and I'm going to go for my citizenship. I was wondering, like, if I get the citizenship, would it be a shorter term for him, and how long would it take?
Where is he?
He's in Jamaica.
Okay. Well, file the I-130 right now. The quicker, the better.
Yeah.
Trump has a ban on immigration to the United States unless you are married to a U.S. citizen or you're the child under 21 of a U.S. citizen. But nevertheless, that ban is going into the embassy to get your immigrant visa. It's not a ban on filing. It's not a ban on processing. It's not a ban on file now, get to the top of the list so I can get the appointment. So everybody should be filing. In a year from now or a year and a half from now, assuming you never become a citizen, your husband would get a visa appointment, assuming the ban is over on lawful residence. If you become a citizen before that time, you would upgrade it, and regardless of ban or no ban, your husband would go through a few months later.
Okay.
So file now.
Thank you.
Regardless, regardless of furloughs, regardless of USCIS running out of money, regardless of pandemics and bans, the best thing you can do is get in the system.
Yes. And how long does it take to become a citizen?
It depends on if immigration is open or not. You know,
No,
you never know.
no,
What
me,
you never.
myself.
I know, but
my
in
home.
other words, you never know. Like, let's say you live in Philadelphia, I see, or at least we believe you live in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. Let's say immigration's open, the immigration service is open in Philadelphia today, and next month coronavirus goes crazy through Philadelphia. I hope it doesn't, and then they close down, and then they close down immigration. Then you're backed up again. So what happens?
Yeah.
They furlough 2/3 of the immigration officers. Furlough means go home. We're not paying you. How fast are these 1/3 of the immigration officers going to process the cases? How long are these people going to be furloughed? I don't have the slightest idea. Within all I can tell you, normal times, assuming immigration remains open because of COVID, assuming if there is a furlough, it is of a very, very short period of time. You got to figure 6-9 months to become a citizen. But this is not normal times. So the only thing I can tell you, and anyone who says, yes, 6-9 months, 10 months, you have no idea right now. It is absolutely a guess.
Exactly.
Okay? The only thing I can tell you for certain, if you don't file, it's never happening. So file.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much,
You're very
Brad.
welcome. All right. Best of luck.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Let's go to David in Baltimore, Maryland. David.
Hello, Brad. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
What's going on?
You're doing a good job.
Thank
I like the energy in
Thank
the
you.
studio.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm a nurse from Nigeria.
Okay, great.
I came into the U.S. December 2018.
Mm-hmm. How'd you come
and
here?
To actually, take my exams, but I didn't pass it. Now, as you speak, I'm out of status. I just want to know what my chances are to be able to legalize my papers if I have an option.
As a nurse?
Well, I mean, it depends because
what visa did you come here on?
B1, B2.
Okay, so you've overstayed your time. Do you have any family here?
No, they're back home.
Okay, and how long have you overstayed your time?
Well, my 6 months last year. My visa will expire in November this year.
When did your 6 months lapse?
That should be, I think, June or July of 2016, last year.
2019, you mean?
Say that again?
2019.
Yes, last year.
All right, so a couple things. Okay, if you want me to jump all the way, let me jump all the way to the end. I mean, short of you, sounds like to me, short of you marrying an American citizen, at this moment, in a bona fide loving marriage where you live together, have a financial relationship together, short of that happening, it doesn't look like you would get a green card for multiple reasons. Okay, number one, you told me Nigeria. Okay, so when you say Nigeria, there is at this moment a ban on Nigerians. The ban is immigrant visas, green cards coming out of Nigeria to the United States. There's no ban for a Nigerian adjusting their status in America. It's immigrants in Nigeria coming. So you could always get married in a bona fide loving marriage as a Nigerian and get your green card here. But then you had told me you're a nurse. One of the exceptions to the Nigerian ban are people who are essential workers working as a nurse. You're an essential worker. You would be an essential worker as a registered nurse. Now, to get sponsored as a registered nurse, you would need a nursing home or a doctor's office or a hospital to sponsor you as an RN. and you would need to have the appropriate licensing, which would be you would have to pass the NCLEX, you would have to pass the TOEFL, the test of English as a foreign language, submit it to the CGFNS organization. There's actually a website, cgfns.org, and it's the Commission of Graduate Foreign Nursing Schools. They give you a certificate saying you have the appropriate credentials to work legally in America as a nurse. And then you can do your sponsorship. And because you're a Nigerian, that's not part of the ban. You would be able to get a green card, except you can't adjust your status here because you've already overstayed your time. And if you go home, even though you're not part of the ban, you're an essential worker, because you've overstayed your time by more than a year, you have a 10-year bar, and there's no waiver for that. So we're back to get married in a bona fide loving marriage. You got to don't do a business marriage. Don't get married just to get a green card because A, that's illegal. B, you're most likely not to get through, and you'll screw yourself up and end up in deportation. But assuming you fall in love and this is a real bona fide marriage, that would be the way to go.
Okay. So even if I pass the NCLEX,
correct.
Get an employer,
Right.
It's
Correct.
a bit difficult to
And
change.
correct. So just watch. You can rewatch this after we're done. So I gave the explanation why, even if you pass the NCLEX, the TOEFL, get the CGFNS, it's not going to work for you. All right. So the only way it would work is if you had parents here, which you don't have, to do a provisional waiver, which you don't have.
Right.
Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Let's go to Esther in New Orleans. Esther.
Hey.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm good. And you?
Good, good. What's going on?
Well, I have a couple of questions, right? I'm a little bit messed, which is, well, I know my lawyer is taking care of it, but I just need some questions from you.
Okay.
My I-130 was denied, and they withdrew my work permit from me.
Why was your I-130 denied?
Because when I was coming to the United States of America, I told them in the embassy that I was married, which I was not. Yeah.
Where are you from,
But
Esther? Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Okay. So for those who are saying, well, why would Esther say she's married when she's not? To get a visitor's visa, you got to show you have ties to Nigeria, that you're coming to visit and you're going home. So one of the ways you can show ties is you have a spouse back home you're leaving behind. So whether you knowingly did it or not, a lot of times the travel agents just say you're married and you don't even realize you're doing it. But, you know, you lied to the government and they caught you.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what my lawyer, but he really asked me that, did I really marry in Nigeria? I said, no, I just got a baby daddy, which I got 2 kids in Nigeria. But I fall in love with another man here. I got married. We got a child together. We got one child together. So
I have an answer for you, but you can tell me your whole story. I have the answer for you.
Yeah. So what my lawyer was saying, that do I have any document in Nigeria that can say I'm a single? I did never married before. You know, on a legal lawyer back in Nigeria.
No, it's not going to be. No. It's not going to be a lawyer in Nigeria to say you're single.
Yeah, like a high court.
Yeah,
like a high court.
No, there has to be, and I don't know who to go to. Okay, like for example, in Jamaica, there's something called the National Record Center. Yes, in Nigeria, it's a high court, but you have to go to every jurisdiction in Nigeria, not just the high court in your neighborhood or your state or your city. You got to get something that is recognized by the United States of America. I don't know if it's from the high court or not. I can find out, and I'll tell you how to find out in a second. Your lawyer should also know how to find out, all right? Because I don't know every agency in every country around the world. Sometimes you got to look it up. But you have to go to that particular agency in that particular country. Your country is Nigeria. Have them do a search in every jurisdiction in Nigeria. Have a certified letter from that agency saying they did a search from every jurisdiction that there is no marriage of Esther to anybody in Nigeria. Now, what does that do? That certifies to the U.S. government that your current marriage, who you're in love with, is a legal marriage. You're not a bigamist. And two, you know, this is a bona fide marriage. Well, it's the same thing. I guess you're not a bigamist. But what happens now is when you say that, you now have to admit, yes, I lied. I lied because I said I was married when I wasn't. And then you file a waiver. Now, how do you find, and your lawyer should know this, there's something called the Foreign Affairs Manual, okay? And you can Google this yourself. You don't need to be a genius to do this. You go to Google, okay? And you can Google this right now, and in about 60 seconds, find out your answer. You Google Foreign Affairs Manual, okay? Availability of marriage certificates, Nigeria.
Okay.
Okay. And then in the Foreign Affairs Manual, which is given by the State Department, they will tell you what the State Department, which is what also the Department of Homeland Security, will recognize. What document will they recognize from what agency in Nigeria a marriage certificate? And then you go to that same agency and say, I don't want a marriage certificate. I want something certified saying there is no marriage certificate.
Yeah.
And that's what you submit to immigration.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like I'm here and my cousin did that for me, which they did that, and it was got to the judge, stamped everything, but we submit everything now. But we submit everything since February. Like what you say, we did everything. We submitted it on February this year, but we never hear anything from them. I think maybe because of the coronavirus. When I called my lawyer, he was saying you never hear anything from them too.
Well, two things. One is I don't know what you submitted, so whether you did it right or not, I don't know. Two, yes, it could be coronavirus. Three, are you in deportation or this is with USCIS?
No, I'm not. They didn't send me no deportation.
All right, so this is because you said judge, so you sent it to the immigration officer. Yeah, it could be because of corona. Also, you know, with every Nigerian certificate, and this goes for all Nigerians, this is what I've noticed lately, immigration does background checks on every Nigerian certificate that's submitted. They take over a year to investigate every Nigerian certificate, and then they're going to come back to you and tell you whether or not they believe this is authentic. I don't know what you submitted, though.
Yeah, okay, but I'll still go check what you said, but like that is what.
Correct.
But I'm still going to Google what you said to check what I submit.
Correct.
Like you said, I really appreciate that. But I need another question. My question is that my children back home I'm really, really bothered about them, and because the way they're treating and everything like that. So I was thinking, like, my own case is like this. Can my husband file for them?
No. I mean, he can file for them, but they're not going to get their green cards until you verify that your marriage is legal.
Legal, okay.
How old are your children?
12 and 10.
Okay, this is what I would do. Assuming you got the right documents, file the I-130 because it's going to take a year anyway. All right, and then hopefully you submitted the right documents to prove your marriage is legal.
Okay, so when I submit the document you're talking about, I should file the I-130.
This is my answer. Let your husband file I-130s for the two kids, okay, and see what immigration says. Start the case because it's going to take a while anyway. And if you need help, hold on. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Andre in Fort Lauderdale. Andre.
Hey, Brad, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, I have two kids who are from Jamaica. They came up to visit me. They've been here since July. One is 13, one is 10. I was married to the mom. However, the first child, which is 13, was before the marriage.
Right.
So, what I want to know, also, I'm in the military. I put my application in for naturalization. I did my fingerprints. I'm just waiting for, I guess, an interview date, if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Right.
What I want to know, I'm planning on putting in a application for the kids.
Right.
The I-130 and I-148. Is it safe to do that?
Are the kids, did they overstay their time yet?
Well, no, they came in July. So
They came in July. Okay. So you're going to do it when in July?
the 2nd of July.
August, September. You're going to do it October 3rd. Wait 90 days and then do it.
Okay.
And
then
even
when
whether you're a citizen or not, you're going to do it.
Okay. Okay. So would it be
And then
safe?
so what's going to happen is this. You may or may not be a citizen October 3rd. We have no idea. Okay? If you're a citizen, you're going to file the adjustment application for the children. They're going to become automatic U.S. citizens when they get approved for their adjustment. If you are a resident, you're going to file based on being a resident on October 3rd or after. Your kids will get green cards. And then the day you become a citizen, they will become automatic U.S. citizens.
So let me ask you a
One or the
question. How long do you have an idea of how long typically? I know it's a normal situation.
It's not a normal
circumstances
situation.
are not normal.
Well, like I don't know from military because I've never actually done a military naturalization. Why? Because nobody would ever come to me to do it. The military does it for you for free. So
Right.
I don't know how long military naturalizations take. I can tell you how long civilians ones take without COVID.
Well,
and it's
no,
about
not for
6
the
9 months.
naturalization. For the processing of the
for the
case.
adjustment, it should be about 6 to 9 months too, depending on your jurisdiction, depending on if immigration is open or not, depending on COVID, depending on furloughs. That we don't know, but in normal times it's 6 to 9 months.
If I do an advance parole with the application and it gets approved, is it safe for them to travel?
For very short periods of time.
Okay. All
Not,
right.
not
Thank
to
you
go
very much.
not to go back to school in Jamaica.
Right. No, I'm going to. They're going to. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very
understand?
much.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Abraham in Brooklyn, or Ibrahim in Brooklyn. Excuse me. Ibrahim. Hello? Ibrahim.
Hello, hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you? Good.
I'm good. How are you? I'm just calling about my friend's situation. Their family and he's left the United States on December last year, and he's a green card holder, and then he's asking me, like, green card holder in the pandemic situation, they have to back to the country like every 6 months, or they can stay longer.
They have to, even in pandemic situations, they got to come back every 6 months.
Every 6 months. So if they have to come back, so at least how long they should stay?
They have to be permanently living in the United States. So permanently living means more here than somewhere else.
Okay. So my next question is, so if I'm getting my green card, I'm in the United States by WAVA case, and after getting the green card, after how long can I apply for the passport?
3 years.
2 years. Okay. Thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate that. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, where are we going? Let's go to Blessing in Dallas. I think I've talked to Blessing before, right? Blessing?
Yeah. Hey, Brad.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, Brad, good to have you back. It's
Thank
been
you.
a while now.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. So, sorry, I did call some time ago to ask about to try to get some information from you, so get some help from you about my kids that are in Nigeria that I'm trying to file I-30 for. But then I'm a green card holder, the 2 years green card. So I'm not sure what I'm missing among the document, but I don't know if I have to add a tax return or divorce certificate from a previous marriage.
For the I-130?
Yes, sir.
You don't need anything for taxes for the I-130. If you have a green card, 2-year green card, all you got to do is prove these are your children, so your name is on their birth certificates. And if you were never married to the mother of the children, were you married to the mother of the children?
At that time, but we got divorced.
We got divorced. Okay, then you don't need to prove bona fide relationship. You just need to show your green card, the children's birth certificates showing your name is the father, show the marriage certificate to the mother, and your divorce decree, and that's all you need to file with a copy of your green card. Your tax returns and everything else will be done at the end of the case.
Yeah, but as a matter of fact, what we did at that time was customary marriage, not a...
It's fine. Okay, well, if it's just a customary marriage and not a legal civil marriage, then in addition, you would have to show that you have a relationship with the children, meaning that you support them, you have pictures with them, you spend time with them, etc.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Let's go to Kanish in Atlanta. Am I getting that right? Or Kanish? Can't be Kanish. 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 Kenish in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes,
Mr.
Brad,
K.
right here.
Miss
I'm
K.
right here.
Miss
I'm
K.
right here, Brad.
How are you?
Kanisha Brooks.
Kanisha. They told me they have it spelled wrong.
It's Kanisha Brooks. You hearing me, Brad?
Kanisha. Julian, the TriCaster guy. There you go. We changed you from Kanish to Kanisha. We got it now. What's going on?
Hi, Brad.
Good. How you doing?
Yeah. Thank you for the good job that you're doing and
Thank you.
continue to do it. 2 questions for you, Brad.
Yes.
How long does it take to get a self-petition receipt?
For a VAWA?
Yeah.
About 4 or 6 weeks these days.
Okay, another question. A friend of mine, she's going through some difficulty. She has been into an abusive relationship for a couple months. Well, I'm sure it's story short. She and her abuser went to the court where the abuser get 1-year restraining order to stay away from she and the kids.
Right.
Anyhow, she went away and she filed the self-petition. And then soon later she heard that because she already get her work permit, but she was waiting on the interview, but the police had to move her from the abuser address and they put her to a secret place. All right, the question is though, we heard that the abuser got the notification to go on the interview.
For the abuse case?
No, not the abuse
For the adjustment
case.
case, for the adjustment.
Yeah, for the
Okay, is there an order of protection?
Yeah, there's an order of protection, but she does not have that paper. It's the abuser. They sent it to that address. Because since later when she found out, she has to change the address.
Okay. So we have to contact immigration. Does she know what day she's supposed to go? Or she knows nothing. She just knows there was something mailed out.
I think someone give her a head up what's going on. So
Okay.
I think she knows about the interview date because someone overheard.
So someone needs to go with her. Someone needs to get a copy of the order of protection and go with her on that interview. Someone needs to hopefully go to immigration and make an appointment to go get a duplicate copy of that notice. Make sure immigration doesn't notify the abusing husband of any more appointments. And if that husband shows up, you tell an immigration officer, I have a order of protection, and that guy's going to get arrested.
Okay. Thank you so much,
right.
Brad.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Stephen in Houston. Stephen.
Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
Good. My name is Stephen. I'm calling from Houston.
Okay.
Brad, 2016, I got married to an American citizen. 2017, I got my green card.
Right.
2019, I filed for I-750.
Got it.
To remove the conditional permanence. 42 days after I was arrested because my wife was having a fight at a party, we saw a lady which she was drunk, and I was forcing her into the car so that we can leave. So someone called the cops that we had a fight. I think mistakenly she hit her face somewhere.
You had a fight with a lady, or you had a fight with your wife?
I had a fight with my wife. We argued. She had a fight with a lady.
And then you got into a fight. Who did you get into a fight with? Your wife was fighting a lady. Who did you fight with?
Yeah, I was nobody. I was forcing her into the car.
You were tossing your wife into the car. You were ripping her away from the fight.
Yeah, I was
So
taking her away from the fight.
Okay, so your wife is, whatever she's doing, and you grab her and you say, "Come on, we're out of here," and you throw her in the car like that. Okay, and then somebody says you're abusing your wife and call the cops. That's your story.
Yes,
Is that your story?
We do. Yes.
Okay, and you got arrested. Did you get arrested for domestic violence?
Yes, sir.
And what happened with the case?
So the next morning, I got a free bond. So I got a criminal Anthony. Then
What happened with the case? Were you found guilty of anything?
No, I pleaded not guilty. Now the district attorney told my Anthony that she just want me to go for anger management and come back with the certificate so that she can dismiss the case.
Okay,
but I never pleaded
so
guilty.
what you have, right, as long as you don't plead guilty and you have to ask your criminal defense attorney, is this considered a pre-trial diversion? That's the term you need. Pre-trial diversion. 3 words. Is this a pre-trial diversion? If it is a pre-trial diversion, it is not considered a guilty plea for immigration purposes. Okay? Now, in Texas, I've seen a lot of cases in Texas where somebody pleads guilty, they're sentenced, and then the judge says, after your sentence is, go do anger management, and when you come back, we'll wipe the case away. That's a guilty plea because you pled guilty and a sentence was imposed. Pre-trial diversion means you never pled guilty to anything. They just give you a sentence. Go do anger management, but you never said you were guilty. And then you come back, I did my anger management, and then they dismiss the charges. That's not a guilty plea. So the second thing I described is something called pretrial diversion. The first thing I described is an expungement, and that's a conviction. So just make sure you're pretrial diversion. Now, I'm not taking sides because maybe your wife will call next and say, Steven's a dirty dog and he abuses me. I have no idea. I don't know what happened. Okay?
My wife wrote a letter to the
Okay, I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. But what I will say is this. Because you got arrested in a domestic violence with your wife, that is actually evidence of a bona fide marriage. Because people who pay each other to get married in business relationships don't get into domestic violence in the middle of the night. So you actually could use that on your I-751, presuming it's a pretrial diversion.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, so one more question. Can I travel after I get the case dismissed?
Yes.
I can travel after.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Nav in San Francisco. Nav.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I am doing good, Brad. Brad, I filed for an employment-based green card in 2018. Last year, I got interviewed, and the case was transferred to TSC/NBC Center post-interview because the visa dates were not current. So today's bulletin for September, my visa dates got current. So I actually have a EAD and advanced payroll up for renewal.
Right.
So do you think I should still apply for the renewal?
Because you never know when you're going to get the green card. So yes, do it.
Okay. And then the other question is on the I've been reading that on the EAD advanced payroll form you now have to fill up each field whether it's applicable or not, and you just write not applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the requirement? Some of the fields which says sorry?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to say not applicable. It's perfectly fine.
So is it all the fields which is not even applicable, like the other names I've never used? So
Just write not applicable. Yeah, always better to be safe than sorry. I never heard that before. I haven't seen anything returned because nobody wrote not applicable. But it doesn't hurt to say not applicable. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, because when I'm filling out this form online, there are a lot of fields. If you don't select yes, it doesn't let you fill the next field. So I can't write not applicable online. So I don't want to write manually. So I thought of checking with you.
So then either if you can write it, write it. If you can't, submit it without it. I've never seen I've never seen anything returned that said because you didn't fill out every, every line that doesn't apply to you, that you would be denied. So I never saw that before. But if you're concerned about it, then do it. It doesn't hurt.
Okay. No. I was just checking. The other thing is, since the date got current, how long is the wait time before I can, raise a SR or inquire?
In normal times, I would say 60 days, maybe here 90 days.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I gotta wait for 90 days before even I can inquire.
You can inquire tomorrow if you want. I'm just saying, for it to be a worthwhile inquiry, I'd wait 90 days.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And since the interview was done last year and this was transferred back, I'm assuming, because the interview officer said he doesn't need any more paper.
Well, you would assume that he's being honest with you, and then as soon as the date's current, they'll mail you a green card. So you should assume that.
Yes. I mean, it's been over a year.
Yes.
They never came back and asked anything, so I'm sure that's been transferred.
The only thing they may ask for is an updated job letter. It's possible they will do that.
Okay.
All right. All right.
And maybe the medical, right? I mean, medical.
No. The medical is valid. The only thing they may ask for an updated job letter, though.
Okay. All right. And so, which means the transferring of case to TSC or NBC is considered more likely. It's approved. It's just they were waiting for the priority date to become correct.
No, I just transferring the case means they want to get the file out of the local office because they didn't have room to hold it. But that doesn't mean anything more than that.
Okay, but he didn't tell us anything during the interview whether it's approved or not, but he said he's good, he doesn't need anything, and he's transferring because the dates are not.
It obviously sounds positive, but I wasn't there, so I don't know, but I haven't seen your application, but it sounds positive to me.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay, all right, perfect. Thanks a lot.
All right, good luck.
Thanks for your help.
All right. Let's go to Stefan in Kansas. Stefan.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Man, everything is going on, man. I don't have any questions. I don't have anything. I just want to say thank you for everything. I called the other day, but you guys were
right.
You guys shut down and everything.
Right.
So I got my green card approved.
Oh, congratulations.
August the 6th.
Congratulations.
And thank you so much. It's because of you, man.
Why?
I remember I was spending so much time just watching everything online, and my wife was like, "What are you doing online watching Brad show and everything?" I said, "You don't understand. You don't get it." And at some point she was like, "Oh, you need to be an attorney now." I was like, "You don't get it." So now when we got approved, it's like, you need to call him
thank
back.
you. Well,
so,
congratulations. You tell your wife now. You know what I was doing? I was saving thousands and thousands of dollars from hiring a local lawyer. And I'm saving you
Exactly.
and I'm saving you 2 years of sleepless nights when I get denied. Everything went perfect.
Hey, to be honest with you, you were my attorney, on virtually, because I was watching all the videos, I was watching everything, and you and Yo-Yo, I mean, the crew, you guys amazing.
I was actually, what's amazing is I didn't even know I was your attorney. It was all through osmosis. I had no idea. So, congratulations.
I actually became an attorney just watching your videos. I'm just saying.
All right, well, congratulations. It's great news. And please spread the word. I appreciate your call.
All right, thank you. You have a good one.
You too. All right, let's go to Keisha in Baltimore. Keisha.
Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And squad up to the team.
Thank you. What's going on?
I have a question for you. 2 questions, rather. If you're married to an American citizen, right, and you're putting in your paperwork, how long does it take for you to get permit?
I don't know. As I said before, 6-9 months in old times. These times are crazy times. I don't know the answer to that.
Or can you, at the same time your husband is filing for you to get your green card, is it possible where you can put your children that is underage on it at the same time?
You're supposed to name your children on the application, but if you want your children to get a green card, your husband has to file separate applications for each child.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Best of luck. Let's go to Jim in Worcester, Massachusetts. Jim, how are you? Worcester.
Good.
It's in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Yes.
It's spelled Worcester, but pronounced Worcester. What's going on?
Yeah. Oh, good.
So first of all, I want to thank you for everything, for the advice you are giving us.
My pleasure.
You know, it's saving us a lot of money. You know.
Thank you.
And yeah, my first question is, I have a friend. You know, I am advocate for African community here, and I'm helping a lot of people who need help. I always help them. You know. And my first question is, I have a friend who is a citizen, and he applied for his fiance. He get everything now because of the COVID-19. The case stuck in a visa center here, and but now the fiance she's getting sick now. She's getting sick in Africa. It's not any way we can speed up that case.
Who's sick in Africa? The person waiting for the green card?
The fiance.
What's wrong with her?
Of the citizenship.
What's wrong with her?
Oh no! It's almost 2 years now. The guy he didn't go back there and to visit her, you know, and
well, it's going to be a problem if he never went for 2 years to go visit her, because they're going to say, "What kind of marriage is this? You haven't seen your wife in 2 years."
No, it's a wife. It's a fiance.
A fiance. It's even worse. Even worse. You haven't seen your fiance 2 years. Okay. If I was engaged to somebody who lived in another country, and I didn't see them for 2 years, I'd be jumping out the window.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen now. But we don't want that to happen, because the fiance now, she's like angry, depressed. You know, she just wants to walk away, but. I don't know if it's not any way we can push. It's any way we can push that case.
Why is it 2 years and it hasn't been approved? A K1 visa should take 6 months.
It's not like 2 years. No, he started the case now. It's like almost 6 months now. He started the case.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. So it should get approved within the next few months. It's about 9-10 months for a fiance. My bigger concern for them is when she goes to the embassy. And the embassy says, "When's the last time you saw your fiance?" And she said, "Here, February 2018. I got a picture." And the embassy says, "Well, you have any more recent pictures than February 2018?" She says, "No, haven't seen him in 2 years." They're going to say, "BS on the marriage. This is denied." So she's waiting at this point, after not seeing her fiance for 2 years, to be denied. So they need, you know, they don't need an immigration lawyer. They either need a reality TV series or a psychiatrist to get them together.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. And my next question is, I have another friend. You know, he have a 2 kids with his girlfriend.
Right.
They are from Africa, but the woman, she's very but the guy is a citizen, but the lady, she's a green card holder, and the woman, she's very abusive to him, you know. But now, and even the woman give him stay away, personally stay away, you know, do not come to see his children. But almost like 2 months now. But he want to go to the court, but he want advice first, you know. He doesn't know what to do. But how can we solve that?
He's not seeing his children? That's basically it?
Yes, the woman tells him to not come to his place.
It's his children? It's his children?
Yes.
Where does he live? Where does he live?
We live in the same town here, in Worcester here.
And where's the children?
With the woman.
Where? In Worcester also? So he needs to go into the local family court. It has nothing to do with immigration. He could be out of status. He could be a citizen. He could be a green card holder, pending green card. Doesn't matter. In the United States of America, you have the right to see your children. Unless you're going to, you're abusing the children, then the judge will say stay away. Short of that, you have a right to see your children. And the children have a right to see you, because that's in the best interest of the children to see their father. I've never seen, unless there's an abuse going on, where it's not in the best interest of a child to see their father. So he needs to go to family court, whether she likes it or not, and apply for visitation, custody, apply for something. But that's an immigration. That's not an immigration issue. I got to get to the other calls, but I really appreciate you calling. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Ola in Oakland, California. Ola.
Hi, sir, Mr. Brown. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. I want to say thank you for what you've been doing so far.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate you out there and you're so cool. I have a question.
Go ahead.
My question is, I got married 2014, and I got my first green card 2015.
Right.
After that, I filed for my 10 years for green card, which I got it like last year, October. And now me and my wife are kind of shaky a little bit, and I'm looking for opportunity. Maybe I can file for my citizenship by myself without my wife.
All right, so you and your wife are having problems now. When did you get your conditional green card?
I got it 2016, December.
December or September?
Yeah.
December.
December.
Okay. Yeah. What day in December?
I think December 12th.
Okay. So, on September 15th, you can file your citizenship on your own.
September 15th?
Yes, 90 days before the 5-year anniversary.
Oh, I was thinking it was October.
All right, October 1st. But if you told me December 12th, I just did the math in my head. September 15th is 90 days before.
Oh, okay.
All right. But you want to do it October? Yes. You can do it October. It doesn't matter. Any time after September 15th.
Oh, okay. Got you. So I can do all by myself without my wife.
You can, yes. When you say all by yourself, what that means is you can go on your citizenship interview and you do not have to worry about proving whether or not you live with your wife at that moment in a bona fide marriage. You just do it yourself. You've had a green card for 5 years.
All right.
All right.
I have a question regarding to my friend. My friend, he was married. I think same year we both married, but his marriage was kind of a little bit caught by the immigration thing. He got married on business issue, which he was denied, and he later went to court, and he was denied. I think he was placed on a remover. And after that, he got into a lot of trouble. He got a 2 DUI. What's
the question? He was ordered deported, and he has a lot of criminal records. It doesn't sound like a very promising case for me.
Yeah, he was on deportation because.
So what's the question? The man got ordered deported. He's living here with an ordered deportation as a criminal record. He's got a big problem. I don't have the answer, but he would need a consultation.
Oh.
All right, hold on.
All right, Brad. Thank you.
You're welcome. You appreciate it. Hold on one second. Yeah, all right. That didn't sound like a very promising case there. He's ordered deported. And after he got ordered deported, he kept getting arrested. All right, let's go. Ravi, last question. Ravi, in Princeton, New Jersey. Ravi, what's going on?
Hi, good afternoon, Sir. I just calling for 2 questions, please.
Yes.
I'm a U.S. citizen. I filed for my sister in December 2008. And I received only 1 letter from immigration that they get approved.
Great.
And from that time, I moved to another apartment, and I didn't change the address. Mm-hmm. And I changed my phone. Mm-hmm. Then this year, I call one of my friends. They call immigration, and she changed for me the address and those stuff. And we didn't receive any answer yet.
Where you have the approval notice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And on the approval notice, does it say that your case was transferred to the National Visa Center?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay. And where's your sister or your brother right now?
My sister is in Morocco.
Where?
Morocco.
Morocco. And
yes.
What you need to do is take this approval letter, okay?
Yes.
Make a photocopy of it. Write a letter to the National Visa Center where they mailed it and tell them you've moved addresses. You're the petitioner. Here's a copy of the receipt notice. You've moved addresses. Please update my address. They will start mailing you things to your new address. They're right now up to September 22nd, 2006. Your 2008, it's about 1.5 years away.
Yes, but I already called them and I give them already the new address.
Great.
And I didn't get any letter that they changed the address.
That's why you should write them.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, one more question. This year I applied for my brother, and the lady, she followed up the application for me. I get the approved letter, but my brother is married, and when I get the letter, like his wife, she applied for him. Now me, I apply for my sister, for my brother.
All right, so hopefully it's just an error on the approval notice. You have to again contact the National Visa Center and make sure they have the proper information. And if you need help, I can help you with that. But you got to write them and say, I have this approval letter. Explain exactly what you told me. I have this approval letter. I filed for my brother. The approval notice says it's my sister-in-law's name on it. Please correct that so-and-so is my brother, and please confirm that with me. That's it.
The problem, sir, I'm not good in the computer too.
Yeah, it sounds it to me. So, not that it just sounds like you're not sure what you should be doing. So if you want, you can hold on, and I'll be happy to help you. Hold on one second. All right. Yo, Vanessa, what are you guys doing?
Here.
Oh, thank God. I keep thinking of that Rio de Janeiro story. I was scared what we were going to be coming back to.
So you got.
Oh, no.
I was scared what we were going to be coming back to. All right.
I'm in my mom's house today.
All right. By the way, I do have to remind everybody before. You know what? Let's do this. In this Braducation, I answer the question: how do we prove we're in a bona fide marriage? Let's watch. Prove you're in a bona fide marriage when you live together as husband and wife and you share the same financial obligations. Meaning that you and your spouse share the same bedroom and go to sleep in the same home almost every night. Maybe some nights you have to stay up for work or whatever, but for most part, you and your spouse live together. At the same time, you and your spouse share the same financial obligations of the marriage, meaning that you commingle the funds that you earn based on your employment and your spouse's employment, and you share in the debts of the marriage, meaning you're paying your rent and mortgage together, you're paying your credit card bills together, insurance together, etc. So you're commingling your funds and you're paying the debts of the marriage, and you are living together as husband and wife in the same home. That's how you prove it is a bona fide marriage. All right. By the way, if you didn't get your immigration question answered, we are going to go to social media. Check it in about 30 seconds. But before that, I do got to remind everybody to follow us at Brad Show Live on Instagram. If you follow us at Brad Show Live on Instagram, you'll see the best minute, 2-minute, 3-minute videos from Brad Show Live. Maybe you don't have 2 hours to watch Brad Show Live, but you got a minute to check us between breaks at work or at home, or while waiting for the bus or the subway or taxi or whatever you're doing. Also, if you didn't get your immigration question answered and you want to be able to communicate with me, best way to communicate with me is follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. Drop me a DM. I'll be happy to answer your immigration question if I can. And it's also a good way to be able to communicate with me. And Yo-Yo and Vanessa, what's happening with you guys?
Yes, you guys can reach me at Yonathan Elias TV at all social media platforms.
And you guys can find me on Instagram at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
All right, thank you. Let's do something we like to call social media checking.
All right,
what do we got?
Squad. Ready?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, God Bless on YouTube asks, if my 2-year green card expires in June 2021, will I get an extension on my 2-year card or a 10-year green card?
You'll get an extension first and then the 10-year card.
The next one comes from Erica Brown on YouTube. Will the U.S. resume K-1 visa processing at the embassy in 2020?
I hope so.
Kylisha Nicole Brooks on Facebook asks, will the U.S. restart interviews for LRIF, the Librarian Refugee Immigration Fairness Program?
They have to by law before, and they got to complete everything before December 22nd.
Okay, this one comes from Prove It Suso on YouTube. Can you help me complete a NOID? What do I need to include?
Well, an NOID is a notice of intent to deny. You need to include evidence to overcome the reason why they're denying. I have no idea why they want to deny your case. So you would need a consultation, and the answer is yes, I would help you.
Hey, Fashion et al. 758 on IG asks, if I'm in an abusive marriage, would like to file for divorce? Should I submit the I-751 with my divorce?
Yes, because you either have to prove you're an abused marriage or a divorced. It's a lot easier to prove divorce than abuse. So of the two cases, the easier one would be the divorce decree.
Jerry Lewis on YouTube asks, can I apply for citizenship if I've been married for 5 years and I've had my permanent residency for 2 years now?
No, you have to be a permanent resident for 3 years in a bona fide marriage. I can't believe Jerry Lewis is still alive.
And a fan of the show.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, Nova Samaj on YouTube asks, can I apply for citizenship if I received a 10-year green card rather than a 2-year green card?
Yes, 3 years after you get your 10-year card and prove you're in a bona fide marriage. So just because you got your 10-year card doesn't mean, oh, I got my 10-year card yesterday, so I can apply for my citizenship today. You still need to be a lawful resident for 3 years, either in conditional or permanent resident status.
Explore Everything on YouTube. Is Trump cutting off green card production for those in F2B category?
In another country, he is to the end of the year.
Tiamo Mackenzie Johnson on Facebook asks, when on DACA, does my visa need to be valid in order to travel?
Does my visa need to be what?
So when on DACA, does the visa need to be valid in order to travel?
What visa? You're on DACA.
Well,
there is no
yeah.
visa. You need advance parole, and they're not giving advance parole on DACA right now. So I'm not sure what she's referring to.
To wrap up social media check-in, this one comes from Stephanie Hillman on YouTube. Is USCIS working on administrative processing again yet?
USCIS is processing cases, if that's the answer, as of today.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. So today, guys, you weren't around at the time. We're throwing it back to 2017 when our digital Brad Show Live show digitally premiered. Our very first Bradified Marriage segment was with none other than Tamika Nelson and her husband Kevin. We had such a fun time watching this the other day in the social media room that we decided we were going to play it again. Now, Tamika at the time was living in the United States. Kevin was in Jamaica. They joined me on Skype. We had a really good time. And Yo-Yo and Vanessa, you know this was like the first thing we ever did, because you'll notice, I'm going to point something out. You'll notice the wires for all our hookup is like all over the place. Over like all over my shirt. Like I got wires flying everywhere. And nobody thought, oh, we got to hide wires. Who knew? We were just doing this for the first time. Let's watch. We don't know what you're going to be asked at the U.S. Embassy when you go in for your marriage interview, but we're going to ask you questions that we've heard time and time again, that this is a good chance this question is going to be asked. And they're going to compare your answers and see if your answers match. Don't say anything. Write it down. Where did you go on your first date? Okay, what happened? Why did you get that one wrong?
It wasn't like a real date though, but it was like agreed to meet and stuff like that, but it wasn't a date though.
Tamika!
Yes.
What happened there?
Okay, so I would say the first date would be Elsha. That's the first time we met.
Yeah, go ahead. So the first time you met was considered a date, and he said no the first time he actually took...
When we went to Fridays was last year, so I would not consider that as a first date.
Without your second date. I will say this. They swear on a stack of Bibles this is an absolutely real, bona fide, loving marriage. And they have already gone in to the U.S. Embassy and screwed up their first question. question. People say, oh, it's a real marriage. I don't need a lawyer. Here it is. This is another question that you may very well hear on your marriage interview. So where did you celebrate your first anniversary?
For me, it's blind.
What is it? We don't celebrate. I was here. Hey, 1 for 2. Very good. This is another question. Where did Tamika work when you first met? H, home health? Okay, very good. Now to the next question. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
How did Kevin propose to get? I assume he proposed. I assume Tamika didn't propose to Kevin. Over the phone. Very romantic, Kevin. Very, very romantic. What did Tamika wear on your wedding day? She's gonna smack you if you get this one wrong. White wedding dress with a veil? Red and black lingerie? At the wedding, not in the bedroom. Oh la la. We weren't asking that. That was funny. This is another question you may very well hear on your marriage interview. What side of the bed does Kevin sleep on? On the side by the door. Any side of the bed? What kind of answer is that? Sounds like a half and half one. All right, here's the final question. What's the last movie you saw together? I really want to bratify this marriage. I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed. Put it up. Let's see. Jamaica Mafia. Den come to town. You guys watch different movies. Yes. How did that happen?
No, because actually it was the same night. The two movies were the same night.
The two movies were the same night?
This was the first one.
Right.
That was the second.
Kevin needs to speak up and say, we watched two movies the last night. I'm not sure which one my wife's going to pick, but we watched both of these movies. I can tell that you guys are in a real marriage, but you want to know what? You may have failed your interview because you got so many of those questions wrong. When we asked, where was your first date? You got to clarify, well, was it the first time we met or was it the first time that we went out on a formal date? Because Tamika took it as the first time we met, and you took it as, Kevin, our first formal date. And it's really a clarification between you and your spouse, not so much clarification between you and the officer, so that way you make sure that you and your spouse are on the same page. I mean, think about it. You got 3 out of 5 wrong. So when they ask, what did your wife wear on her wedding day? Do you mean at the ceremony or do you mean in the bedroom in the evening? And, obviously show that you have an ongoing relationship. And really, if anything, what it shows is that even people who are in loving, bona fide relationships, unless they really get in the mindset, you can fail these interviews. So I don't mean to scare you. You'll be fine. You just got to get on, make sure you're on the same page. Thank you for playing the Bradified Marriage game with us. All right, guys, that was our first Bradified Marriage. By the way, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, because of COVID, we can't get you guys out on the street. But what we want to do is we want to ask the squad to get involved. So what we want to do is we want to let people know that if they would like to play a virtual game with us, whether it's a Bradified Marriage or an Ask Yo-Yo on the street, or a Yo-Yo asks you on the street, or a Vanessa asks you on the street, whether, the different games we did, citizenship questions, holidays around the world, inventors, American or not. We want to play all those games virtually. We can do them all with everybody in the squad. If you want to get involved in a Bradified Marriage, it's a lot of fun and also really prepares you well for your interview. DM us. DM, direct message. Drop it in our DM on any of our social media, whether it's Instagram, Bradshaw Live. You guys tell everybody. You guys know all the different ones. I don't remember. What are all the places they can DM us? Bradshaw Live, Instagram.
Yeah.
Where?
Even DM personally if you want as well.
Yeah, I've gotten questions into my DM before too. Yeah, so slide in there. We just want to hear from you guys, squad. We want to see more of these Bradified marriages. Let's do it.
Yeah, so and it's not just Bradified marriages. I mean, we could be involved in, we have games we want to play with everybody. So we want to get everybody involved because we can't go man on the street right now. So we're going to do squad in the square.
Yes.
Wow, look at that.
Squad
Brad, that
in the square. Thank you.
Squared squad, but we're not squared.
We are not squared. All right. Are we going to blow my ass up or are we going to be able to do this? What do you think? All right. I left on vacation with my eyebrows all singed. Hopefully they grew back. We need everybody knows the rules. 50 seconds. I gotta answer 9 questions. Yo-Yo and Vanessa gotta get those questions out to me, or we blow up the studio. I need complete silence. Call Guinness. We're doing it. On Yo-Yo's,
Ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Are U.S. oath ceremonies still being delayed?
Some are, but some are happening.
Are F1 visa holders allowed to be in the U.S. for school right now?
Yes.
Are DACA applications being accepted?
Yes.
Is an RFP from USCIS a good sign?
No, it means that you're screwed up and they're giving you an opportunity to fix it.
If I'm a citizen, can I bring my mother to the U.S. from Nigeria?
No, not at the moment.
Are USCIS furloughs happening?
If that's what they said. I hope not.
Is USCIS processing green card applications in the U.S. right now?
At the moment, yes.
Can a green card holder travel to another country without advance parole?
Yes, as long as that country lets them in.
Can I get deported for working without a work permit?
Yes, you're out of status.
How do I know if I'm out of status?
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Oh, that was it.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
All
Hey.
right. All right. We definitely need like balloons or something, you know? It's like so when we lose, we blow ourselves up. It's a complete disaster. When we win, nothing happens.
Ding, ding.
Nothing happens.
That's
It's just a dinky ding. Like we get no rewards for winning, and we just get blown up.
My heart is beating hard right now.
Yeah, I know. It was like 3 seconds to go, and then it's like, okay, you're done. Ding, ding.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, what?
That's why I got to do one of these.
Right. No, mine. That's mine right here.
Yo-Yo wants to be.
That's
That's Yo-Yo's moving the club after about 8 drinks, right?
Yeah, that's how he gets all the ladies. Duh.
If I have my shirt on.
All right, comments of the day. If you have your shirt on, all right. Yo-Yo getting getting most of the squad excited.
The squad is excited. We're
Yes.
back. The first comment of the day comes from Sherry Foster, and they say, "Oh my God, hey peeps, squad up! Welcome back, Uncle Brad and his beautiful sidekick." Missed you guys.
Thank you very much. And they are beautiful. 2 beautiful.
I
I do have.
okay,
It's
our
more than sidekicks. Yeah.
Oh,
Co-hosts.
oh, we can be a sidekick too.
Right.
Gotcha.
I was
That.
like, they would-
All right. All right. Our second comment of the day. Saying, hey, Uncle Brad, your nieces and nephews missed you.
That's right. That's true.
Yes.
Our next comment of the day, Paulette Bryce says, "Cameron, I am happy to see you guys back on the air. The best immigration lawyer in the world." Oh, that was just her name, Paulette Bryce Cameron.
Yeah. Okay, but I get it. She's happy to see us back, and I'm the best immigration lawyer in the world. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. It is our first day back from our vacation, and our last comment of the day from our first day back is, I like this one a lot, from Donald Houghton saying, "People, listen to me. Do not be stupid. Get Brad to take your case. He's the best. He will get your family member here, or your husband, or your wife."
That's right.
Yeah.
Or your kid, or your mom, or your dad. Whatever you want.
Or your kid.
Whatever you want. I went for dinner. Sounded like I went for dinner at this Italian restaurant when I was on vacation. You ever go to one of those Italian restaurants where they don't bring out a menu? And they're like, "Oh, we got the spaghetti, we got the pasta, we got the veal, we got the fish." Oh, whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Well, whatever you want, I make for you. All right, everybody. Yo-Yo, welcome back. Vanessa, welcome back. Great job, crew. By the way, not only did we pray to the TriCaster gods that this worked, I really want to thank Julian, the TriCaster guy, who worked extra overtime to get this thing back up. So I appreciate it, Julian. Jilly, who stressed out with getting this TriCaster going again. Fantastic job by the entire crew. Thank you very much. I missed you, squad. I'm glad we're back. I had a great time tonight, and we're going to have a great time tomorrow night. So tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in sometime between 5:30 and 6-ish. See you then. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465.